Welcome back to another video I have for you guys here today. It's going to be another one of these college teams in the NFL. This time we are doing Alabama. If you couldn't tell, by the team or by the thumbnail or whatever. But this team is actually very good. So it's an 80 overall. The offense isn't that great overall wise, but I think most of that just comes down to the fact that A.J. McCarron is the best quarterback out of Alabama that I could find. I should also thank Derpy Derp for this because I don't know if you guys noticed, but he's been posting a ton of different teams like on Muthead with the cards of players who went to that college. So he pretty much just assembled like 20 teams for me, which was really helpful. So I looked at his Alabama one. I added a couple of players he missed. Like I don't think he had Kenyon Drake. He definitely didn't have our Darius Stewart there or some other guy I have on this team. Something Sims. I don't remember his name. But I'm going to make sure our Darius Stewart is like the 4th wide receiver just so he gets some catches. And it's like all Alabama guys there. But thank you, Derpy Derp. I really do appreciate it. He put a lot of effort in to make all the teams and everything. So at least I have a little bit of a basis to go off of. So if I forgot anyone, blame him. No, I'm joking. Because I did double check with the ESPN website myself. So if I forgot anyone, you can still blame me. It's not his fault. But anyway, let's get into this team. A.J. McCarron is the starting quarterback. He is the only one I could find. I went through the quarterbacks in free agency like halfway down the list and didn't see anyone else. I mean, so David Fales is here. Of course, he went to San Jose State. I said that as if that's something known. I had no idea where he went. But yeah, A.J. McCarron is going to be the starting quarterback. Hopefully we can draft one. They have a myriad of running backs here. Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry, Kenyon Drake, T.J. Yeldon. The top two guys are very powerful. I mean, Kenyon Drake, he's actually not a power back at all, I don't think. Yeah, 64 trucking, really not a power back. T.J. Yeldon's kind of like a well-rounded back. He's kind of powerful. 77 trucking isn't too bad. Very good running back core, though. Jalston Fowler, of course, a fullback out of Alabama. Did he play fullback at Alabama? I honestly have no idea. I don't even think they have a fullback on their team now. I feel like they run an offense mostly out of the shotgun, so I feel like there's no need. But maybe they do. I'm really not too sure. This wide receiver core is insanely good. Julio Jones pretty much just makes this wide receiver core really good. He would make any wide receiver core really good. So yeah, he's the first wideout. Amari Cooper is the second wideout, who is very good as well. And then Calvin Ridley. I don't get to use him really ever, but he is a really cool rookie to use because he has star development. He's an 81 overall, and he's very good, stat-wise. So he's going to be the slot wide receiver. I want him to get a lot of targets if possible. This offensive line actually is not that great. Cam Robinson has some potential. He's a 73 overall with quick development. Chance Warmack, really nothing special there. Ryan Kelly is not too bad. DJ Fluker is actually not a terrible overall in this game. So he's not that bad. And then Andre Smith. So the tackles aren't that great. The center on the right guard isn't too bad. O.J. Howard was the only tight end I could find, but he's very good. Nick O'Leary, I don't think he went to Alabama. That'd be really random, but yeah, he went to Florida State. Okay. And then on the defense, this side of the ball is much better than the offense. So the safeties alone are very good. HaHa Clinton Dix, Landon Collins, and Eddie Jackson. All those guys are starting caliber safeties. I'm going to keep HaHa Clinton Dix and Landon Collins, though. This linebacking core has so much depth to it. Dante Hightower, Reuben Foster, C.J. Mosley, Mark Barron, Rashawn Evans, Ryan Anderson. I don't think I missed... Oh, and Reggie Ragland. I almost missed someone. So there's a ton of depth with this linebacker core. Also, I couldn't really figure out a good defensive scheme to run because... Okay, so this defensive line kind of has a bunch of 3-4 guys on it. Like Dalvin Tomlinson, Deron Payne could kind of be like defensive tackles. Deshaun Hand and Jonathan Allen are like the faster of all these guys, or the fastest of all these guys. I don't think Deron Payne is very fast. 76 speed. I think he's actually faster than Jonathan Allen. He is, but I'm going to keep Jonathan Allen at right end. Deshaun Hand is actually like the fastest out of all these guys, I think. He's 78, for his speed rating. So I think a 4-3 is probably the wisest idea because these, like Jonathan Allen and Deshaun Hand, fit as 4-3 defensive ends more so than Dante Hightower and Reuben Foster fit 3-4 outside linebacker roles, if that makes any sense. So I'm definitely just going to keep a 4-3. I think that's kind of cool here. I want Deron Payne to be like the #1 D tackle, though, because he is playing really, really well in real life. He's playing like the best rookie defensively this past year. I don't know if he probably won't win Defensive Rookie of the Year. It'll probably go to like Darius Leonard or something, but 95 strength, 83 blocks. He's a really cool player to have. And like I said, he's going off. Deshaun Hand is also playing very well. He might be playing better. I don't know. I mean, I know they're both playing extremely well. Jonathan Allen has a lot of potential. Dalvin Tomlinson is very good. So this defensive line is very young, but it's like studded with players. Kareem Jackson is like the best corner I could find. I don't think I want him actually like starting though. I think I want Marlon Humphrey to be the number 1, and then Dre Kirkpatrick to be the number 2, and then Minkah Fitzpatrick to be the nickel. And then Kareem Jackson's just on the team for depth. There's no salary cap in these, so it doesn't really matter that his contract is huge. But Marlon Humphrey should be here for the long haul. He's a very good cornerback, quick development. Dre Kirkpatrick, I'm pretty sure he's, like, when he first got drafted, he wasn't that great. He was thought out to be like a bust, but I'm pretty sure he's been playing decently well, at least this year, maybe last year too. Minkah Fitzpatrick, I'm pretty sure is playing decently right now. 80 overall, star development. He goes up like in overall like crazy. And then there's Kareem Jackson down there. And then for the special teams, I don't think there's a kicker, but I did find this punter. What's your first name? J.K. Scott. He's a rookie, so why not? He's actually very good, 95 kick power. I'll take it. And then just to keep Kenyon Drake a little more involved, he'll be the kick returner and the punt returner. And then Eddie Jackson will be the second kick returner, I guess. And then Eddie Jackson will also be the second punt returner. Here's a look at the specialist side. Minkah Fitzpatrick is the slot corner. Calvin Ridley, slot wide receiver. Mark Ingram will be the power back and the third down running back. Oh, also, Jerron Reed is here. Another pretty good defensive lineman. So, actually, do I want him? And there's Marcel Darius as well. I didn't mention him, or Darius, however you want to pronounce that. I don't really want him to start. I want the younger guys up here starting. But I do want Deshaun Hand rushing at left end, Jonathan Allen rushing at right end, and then I think I'm going to put Deron Payne rushing at defensive tackle. And then CJ Mosley will be the sub linebacker. So this is pretty much going to be the team. I'll change the XP sliders and everything, and I'll see you at the midseason. At the midseason mark here, this team is 2-6. So they're actually playing really badly. The Patriots are 5-3, the Bills 4-4, and the Jets are 3-5. One experience point for a couple guys here. There's a lot of young players on this team, like Calvin Ridley. And he also has a very good development trait. So he has 2 experience points. I'm sure the team will actually progress pretty well, though. Everyone on the defense who I can see, aside from Marlon Humphrey, has 1. Minkah Fitzpatrick also has 2. So I'll make sure I can bring all these guys back. That's what the no salary cap is really here for. And then I'll see you at the end of the season. At the end of the season here, we did not end up making the playoffs. We just lost to the Bills there, 21-20. We went 6-10. Okay, so the Patriots went 12-4, the Bills 7-9, and then the Jets 5-11. Let's check out the playoff schedule, or the team schedule, I guess. 3-1 in the preseason. Beat the Titans to start off the season. They went on a 5-game losing streak. Beat the Lions, lost to the Texans. Beat the Jets, Packers, and Colts, lost to the Bills. Beat the Patriots, and then lost 3 more. Pretty surprising we actually beat the Patriots there. MVP goes to Phillip Rivers. AJ McCarron, how did you play, my friend? 3,552 yards, 24 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. It's actually not that bad of a season, to be fair. Mark Ingram kind of went off. 1,309 yards, 12 touchdowns. It's a good season there, too. Julio Jones, 864 yards, 5 touchdowns. Calvin Ridley gets 9 touchdowns. That's pretty nice. Sack numbers, not actually as bad as I thought. So that's at least one decent takeaway. Mark Barron got a lot of tackles. Did this play in a 3-4? I didn't change the defensive playbook, and I'm pretty sure the Dolphins have a 4-3. Could be wrong. Maybe they have a weird hybrid defense. I'm actually not sure. So I'll make sure I switch that next season to a base like 4-3 defense like the Bengals or something. But yeah, alright, I didn't think Mark Barron would play too much. Yeah, that's interesting. Deron Payne, 11 tackles for loss. Marcel Darius, 11. Deshaun Hand, 10. Not many sacks, but Mark Barron gets 5.5. Alright. Picks, we have 4 for Landon Collins, 1 from CJ Mosley, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Dre Kirkpatrick, and Clinton Dix. Do we have any touchdowns? We have none. Do we have any safeties? No. Do we have any blocked kicks? We do not have any. So we were 23rd in the NFL in offense. That's not good. What about defense? 32nd. We were last. That's kind of surprising. We already saw that Phillip Rivers won MVP. I'm looking for Dolphins players. Okay, so is anyone in here from the Dolphins? I don't see anyone. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Phillip Rivers. Nobody from the Dolphins. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Jatavis Brown. Nobody from the Dolphins. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Calvin Ridley comes in 5th. I feel like he actually played really well. I don't know. I kind of feel like he should be higher than that. Nobody else from our team. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Denzel Ward. He's up to a 94. Wow. Minkah Fitzpatrick comes in 6th. Alright, well. Let me change the schemes, I guess. I think I kept the Dolphins offensive playbook as well. So I'll check out these experience points in a second. Let me just make sure this is all good. So I'm going to go with the Saints offense. Do they not have a 4-3? They have a 4-6 package? Is that... I don't really know what happened then. How did Mark Barron get so many... I don't know. Let's go with the Bengals. This is usually what I go. That's like the same defense. I usually go with the Bengals, though, so I'm going to keep that going. Base 4-3. Maybe, was Mark Barron like a sub linebacker or something? I'm pretty sure it was CJ Mosley. I don't know why he played so much. Anyway, 1 experience point for a couple guys, 2 for some, 3 from Calvin Ridley down there on the defensive side, 2 from a couple players, 3 from Landon Collins, 4 from Clinton Dix, 3 from Marlon Humphrey. Minka Fitzpatrick actually has 4. So I'm going to put Rashaan Evans as the second linebacker just in case that happens again. Like Dante Hightower and Ruben Foster. I didn't even notice them getting like any tackles. So yeah, CJ Mosley is the sub linebacker. Mark Barron's the second one. I don't really think that would have affected it that much. I don't know. If you guys can explain like how that happened, I'm actually really curious because I don't think Mark Barron should have gotten that many tackles. I was only able to find 1 player in this entire draft class who went to Alabama. And it's this projected to be undrafted center. I'm in the late first round and I traded away my like first 3 draft picks. If you guys don't know this, I usually just trade for a bunch of draft picks before the season starts just to make sure that I have enough in case there are a bunch of players, you know, out of the college I'm going for. Yeah, but this time there was only 1 player. So I traded those first like 3 away for next year picks in case, you know, next year there's a bunch of players. I'm just going to draft this guy now, even though this is going to be the worst reach in NFL history, probably. But I'm going to select him. He's a 67 overall, supposed to go 267. And he actually went at number 20. He was the only player in this entire draft class out of Alabama. That is so disappointing. This is a bit unfortunate. We got a really good quarterback with the second, with like 2 picks later, with the 22nd pick. But of course, he's out of Wisconsin, so we can't start him. This guy actually looks pretty good too. Houston Eakin. Computer drafted kind of well. I didn't take any of these guys. I just simmed to the end of the draft after the first pick we had. But let's check out the rest of the NFL. Let's see who the top player in the draft was. 83 overall right end. Is that going to be it? 84 overall quarterback, Alan Liu, with superstar development out of Texas. 98 throw power. Why could this guy not... Why did he have to go to Texas? That sucks that he actually, you know, didn't go to Alabama, the school we're looking for. Here's a look at the top couple guys. I'm just looking at the colleges in case I missed someone, but I'm very positive I did not. Good looking defensive tackle in the 2nd round out of Baylor. Alright, well, pretty much the team is going to be the same. So let me just upgrade the team and I'll, you know, show you guys what it's all about. This is the team for the 2nd season. Pretty much nothing is different. A couple of guys went up in overall, a couple of guys went down in overall. Mark Ingram is an 83, so Derrick Henry, I guess, will be the starting running back for this season. He didn't play too well in my Titans rebuild, but maybe he can play well in a spread scheme. And then here's a look at the defense. I'm pretty sure everything, you know, is organized how I want it to be. Minka Fitzpatrick actually got like 2 speed upgrades, which is huge. He now has a 92 speed. 89 man, 85 zone. He's a really good, you know, cornerback to have. He's a really good nickel corner. Drake Kirkpatrick went down in overall. Marlon Humphrey's going up, though. Clinton Dix, you know, progressed pretty well. He's a 91 overall now. This defense is still really good. The offense isn't terrible. The offensive line is still bad. Sadly, he can't start this quarterback, but A.J. McCarron didn't actually play too badly last season. Let's see if he can do that again. At the midseason mark here, this team is 2-5. So they're playing really badly once again. The Giants are 3-5, though. Patriots are undefeated. The Jets are 4-3, and the Bills are 1-7. I'm not really sure who to blame. Probably the quarterback and the offensive line. We couldn't really upgrade either of those positions in this past year's draft. Derrick Henry might not be playing too well, you know, as well. The wide receiver core looks like they're doing decently. A couple experience points there. This defense is an 89 overall, and it's a pretty good scheme fit. So I'm not too sure what's going on here. A couple experience points for some guys, 2 from Minka Fitzpatrick. So, I don't know. I don't know why the team's playing so badly. So I have to bring back Amari Cooper, along with probably a few other guys. But this is not going to be an issue. I can just easily get all these guys. Derrick Henry, Kenyon Drake, Jerron Reed, Ryan Kelly, Reggie Ragland, A.J. McCarron, and Andre Smith. Pretty much everyone who went to Alabama who you can see here, I will be bringing back. Once again, this team missed out on the playoffs. They went 4-12 this year. The Patriots were 15-1. Did not go undefeated. It would be cool if we could have beaten them. The Jets 8-7-1. And then the Bills 5-11. So this team has been bad for 2 straight years, but hopefully it'll turn around next season. 2-2 in the preseason, lost the opening game. 1-2 in a row, lost the Jets, Redskins, Eagles, and Jets again. Beat the Giants, lost 4 straight, beat the Bills, and we did not end up beating the Patriots. We lost to them twice. Let's check out the stats though. Tom Brady wins MVP. That kind of makes sense if they went 15-1. A.J. McCarron though, not a good season. 3,905 yards isn't too bad. 23 touchdowns is not a lot. 14 picks is a lot. Rushing, Derrick Henry is just not good in simulation. Not too sure what's going on there. Receiving, Julio Jones, over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns for Calvin Ridley. We need a different quarterback for sure. 24 sacks let up from Cam Robinson. That's also not helpful. On the defensive side, 133 tackles from CJ Mosley. It looks like the defense was correct. I didn't even really change I changed the playbook, but it seemed like the Dolphins and the Bengals have kind of similar playbooks just based on their packages. 11 tackles for loss for Jonathan Allen, 10 for CJ Mosley and Daron Payne. Sack numbers, 7 for Jonathan Allen, 6.5 for Dalvin Tomlinson. Interceptions, 2 from CJ Mosley and Minkah Fitzpatrick, 1 from Reuben Foster, HaHa Clinton-Dix, Landon Collins, Drake Kirkpatrick, Marlon Humphrey, and Kareem Jackson. Do we have any touchdowns? We do not have any safeties. Nope, and we have at least 2 blocked kicks, I see. We actually have 5. CJ Mosley, Drake Kirkpatrick, Jonathan Allen, Houston Eakin, that guy doesn't really matter too much, and Roman Owens, that guy also doesn't matter because they are not eligible to be starters, really. 21st in the NFL on offense. 15th on defense, so the defense actually got a lot better. It was the last in the NFL, last season. Tom Brady won MVP, we already saw that. Anybody from the Dolphins? No, but Alan Liu makes it. Of course, he was, the 84 overall rookie. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tom Brady. Nobody from the Dolphins. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Jack. Nobody from the Dolphins. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, these guys don't really matter too much, but there's Noah Ferrara, apparently. Aramide Curtis, 87 overall. I don't even know who that guy is. Broncos drafted pretty well, though. Nobody else from, or nobody at all from the Dolphins. That makes sense, though. He didn't start anyone who's a rookie. Experience point-wise, we don't really have much going around. Calvin Ridley has 2 more, though, so that's at least pretty nice. On the defense, 4 for Minkah Fitzpatrick, so he's going to at least be pretty good. No one has a ton, though. I have the first and the second overall pick, and there are actually some decent players in this draft out of Alabama. There's more than 1. There are actually 7, and 2 of them look pretty decent. The strong safety could be good. This punter is probably, going to be actually really good. But first, let's go with this left guard. Probably the best guy who we're going to select this year. We actually have a quarterback, though, so that is one good takeaway. Hopefully he can get us into the playoffs. But Zach Sweezy is supposed to go late first round. I'm just going to take him with the first overall pick since salary cap isn't on. Doesn't really matter too much. Let's go with him. 79 overall, quick development, ranked 12th, took him number 1. A really good-looking offensive lineman. He might actually slide the tackle because Cam Robinson played really badly last year, so I might take my shot with him. And then also, let's go with this quarterback, who will definitely start. Jackson Furio. A- throw power, A- throw accuracy short, and B throw under pressure. Doesn't look too bad. Kind of fast, I guess. Let's go with him. 6'5" as well. 78 overall. Normal development isn't great, but still 92 throw power really isn't that bad. 90 short accuracy, 83 mid, 83 play action, 75 speed. Not a terrible quarterback. Definitely way better than AJ McCarron. I'm just going to select my players just straight down the list now. Doesn't really matter to me when I select them because, I don't think I'm going to really draft anyone next season. So let's go with Jamin Yankee. Actually looks like a decent strong safety. He's just going to be a backup, though. 69 overall. Does have quick development, though, so that's pretty cool. Obviously a huge reach, but I was fully aware that was going to happen. Has there ever been a punter taken in the first round? I very highly doubt it, but there will be one now. Parker Haslam. A+ kick power is actually really good. B+ kick accuracy as well. Let's go with him. 79 overall. He was ranked 11th. Are you serious? 96 kick power, 86 kick accuracy, 71 speed. I think he's going to be our kicker. We have 3 more players to select, and I think they're all supposed to be undrafted. Yeah, so they're all going to be terrible. They're just going to be backups. So Cooper Nevis, 66 overall. I'll just talk through these really quickly. These guys aren't going to be special, and you guys can for sure all tell that even before I select them. But that Cooper dude will just be a backup tight end. I'm hoping that since we have a quarterback now, we can actually get close to the playoffs, if not make it. Frank Gregg, the man with 2 first names. He's a 66 overall. Obviously a really bad player. And then one other player to select. I think he's like a corner. I'm guessing he's going to be a 68 overall, but I'm going to give him quick development. Because why not? Players randomly get quick development all the time. Curtis Ray, another player with 2 first names. 61 overall, normal development. Yikes. Okay, so we have a couple decent players on the team now. At least we have a quarterback. That was the biggest issue. The first ranked player in this draft was Fernando Flowers out of Tennessee. An 81 overall left end with star development. 6'7". Wow, 94 strength, 80 speed, 80 tackle, 83 block shed, 83 acceleration. That guy is going to be a beast one day. Pretty good looking players at the top. Not a particularly strong class considering a punter is ranked very, very highly. That is pretty random. But yeah, we didn't draft too badly. We have a couple guys who will be starters. That offensive lineman, the quarterback, the punter will start at kicker, I think. But now we at least have a quarterback who actually has... That's not him. Yeah, that's not him. Okay, so let's get Furio starting for sure. And then, not you, I need... Okay, so Cam Robinson can start at right tackle. And then, let's get Sweezy to start at left tackle. Let me organize this and I'll be right back. This is going to be the team heading into this last season here. This is definitely the best team that I've had in this entire video so far. We have a pretty good quarterback now in Furio. We have a good backup as well, but of course he's not going to play at all. Kenyon Drake will be starting at running back. Derrick Henry is just not good in simulation for some reason. He's a good running back in real life. I don't know what Madden thinks so. Kenyon Drake is also a good running back in real life. Julio Jones down to a 92. Regression is hitting him quite hard. Amari Cooper and Calvin Ridley are both still here. Very good wide receiver core though. The offensive line got a little bit better with the addition of Sweezy. Then, you know, Ryan Kelly, DJ Fluker, Cam Robinson hopefully can play better at right tackle. He's actually listed as a left tackle, so let me switch that because I think if I were to sim like that, he would get some pretty misleading sack numbers. So let's switch him over to right tackle. And then OJ Howard is still going to be the tight end, of course, because we couldn't find anyone really any, better. Ferrara, was this guy No, okay, so that wasn't actually someone we could have selected. We did just draft a tight end. I'm not going to worry about actually starting him. It's really not that big of a deal. Sweezy, get back there. Okay, so Cam Robinson, Sweezy in the correct positions. Furio has to start at quarterback, though. Kenyon Drake starting at halfback. Okay, I think we're all good. Actually, Chance Warmack needs to start. Now we're good. Okay. On the defense, this is pretty much unchanged. A lot of these guys are, actually progressing pretty well. Marlon Humphrey, 87. Minkah Fitzpatrick, 88. Defensive line is looking pretty good. Deshaun Hand is the lowest overall, but he's still an 80. Linebacker core is going down a little bit in overall with Dante Hightower. I don't even think I mentioned Ryan Anderson is on this team. I hope I did, because, of course, he went to Alabama, too. I actually traded for him. But, yeah, I mean, CJ Mosley is, like, the captain of this side of the ball, probably. Is he a captain on this team? He's actually not. But he's playing pretty well. So hopefully he can have another good season. This defense is a 91 overall. I mean, it's not that bad. I also have to switch the punter over to a kicker, so I'll make sure to do that, and I'll make sure the specialist is all good, and I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We made the playoffs. This is the first team to make the playoffs in this entire series so far. We went 9-7. We won the division. The Patriots went 8-8. The Bills 6-10. The Jets 5-11. It finally happened. Hope that means our quarterback played kind of well. 1-3 though in the preseason. Won the opening 3 games actually. Lost to the 49ers. Beat the Patriots. Lost 2 in a row. Beat the Raiders and the Jets. Lost 2. Beat the Cardinals. Lost to the Broncos. Won 2 more. And then lost to the Patriots. Pretty good season there. As there's a pretty loud car driving by. I'm sorry if you heard that. But I think Ezekiel Elliott won MVP. Our quarterback, though, over 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 14 picks. Not too bad of a season. Kenyon Drake, again, just not good. 3.4 yards a carry is terrible. 8 touchdowns isn't too bad. 889 yards is decent, but usually you want to look at the yards per carry if you're trying to gauge whether or not a running back is a good year, at least in Madden terms. And that's just not a great season. I don't know what's up with the running backs. Receiving. Julio Jones does not get over 1,000 yards. Only gets 755. Calvin Ridley has a good season, over 1,000 with 9 touchdowns. OJ Howard leads our team in catches, I think. Sack number is actually not too bad from the tackles. 115 tackles from CJ Mosley, 100 from Marlon Humphrey. 10 tackles for loss for Jerron Reed. Just sack numbers are terrible. That's probably what you'd expect, having like Deshaun Hand and Jonathan Allen as like 4-3 defensive ends. They don't fit the scheme there. But then again, our linebackers didn't fit the scheme at like a 3-4 outside linebacker. I didn't really have any pass rushing outside linebackers, so I thought this would be better. Maybe it would have been better to run a 3-4. I don't know. Interceptions, 2 from CJ Mosley, Minkah Fitzpatrick, 1 from Eddie Jackson, and Dre Kirkpatrick. Wow, Eddie Jackson got 72 tackles. Interesting. Any defensive touchdowns? We do not have any. I meant to check. Let me check safeties and blocked kicks and all that good stuff. Actually, how was our kicker? 12 for 15, 80% isn't actually that bad. But let's check out blocked kicks and safeties. I forgot about that. So, safeties. Let's check out these first. No safeties. Any blocked kicks? We have 1 from Clinton Dix. So, 20th in the NFL in offense. Our defense actually has to be pretty good then. That's my guess. 4th. Okay, yeah, the defense is finally playing up to their potential. Ezekiel Elliott wins MVP. We already saw that. Nobody from the Dolphins. Alan Liu, up to a 94 overall. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Deshaun Watson. Nobody from the Dolphins. Defensive Player of the Year. We actually have CJ Mosley in there at number 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jackson Furio. Or, yeah, I think I'd say Furio. Or Furio, I guess. I don't know. Anybody else from our team? I don't see anyone. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Nobody from the Dolphins. Best quarterback goes to Deshaun Watson. Our guy makes it number 8, though. Best running back goes to Kareem Hunt. Of course, no one from the Dolphins. Best wide receiver goes to Antonio Brown. Calvin Ridley makes it number 10, though. Best offensive lineman, Brandon Linder wins that one. Nobody from the Dolphins. Best defensive lineman, nobody from the Dolphins. Best linebacker, CJ Mosley, there he is, number 7. Best defensive back, Denzel Ward, 99 overall. I can't wait to do Ohio State. That's all I gotta say, I guess. Best kicker, I don't think our guy, actually there he is, number 9, Parker Haslam. What a legend. Beats out Justin Tucker, the best kicker in the NFL at this point. But, so let's see the experience points, and hopefully we can actually win a playoff game. Only 2 from Jackson Furio for winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's really not that big of a deal in this year's Madden. He only got 6,000 experience for that. 1 for a couple other guys on the offense. Not many on the defense either. I did change the experience letters. We are playing with like 160, I think. Let me actually make sure. Pretty sure we're playing with 160. This is what I have for my rebuilds. And yes, we are. Okay, so I'll spend all this. I'll spend my Coach XP, and then we'll send by the weeks and see if we can win a playoff game. Here is one quick look at the upgrades on the team before we, send by the weeks here. Furio went up to an 80 overall. No one else really improved that much. Calvin Ridley up to an 88. On the defensive side, I don't really see that many improvements. I mean, Marlon Humphrey, 89. Minka Fitzpatrick, 91. He's progressed pretty well. The defensive line is looking really good there. Slowly getting up there to like the elite status, but let's check out the overall difference between us and the Texans. We are an 86, they are an 87. Okay, so we're actually pretty even right now. Let's advance the week, and we will probably get decimated by Deshaun Watson, but let's see what happens. And we did lose 34-3. I was right when I said we got decimated. Let's check out the stats of that game. I'm sure Deshaun Watson tossed like at least 4 touchdown passes. Let's see. He only threw 2, but I mean, no interceptions, 236 yards. Our quarterback played horribly. Lamar Miller had a rushing touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 27 yards. Will Fuller received a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, who's apparently on the Texans right now, 11 tackles for CJ Mosley. 2 sacks for J.J. Watt. 1 from Whitney Merciless. We did not get any interceptions. Tyrann Mathieu and Trevor Williams each got 1. Tackles for loss. 2 for a couple guys there. Just not a good game from this Alabama team. But thank you guys very much for watching. I think this team is actually pretty good. We really just needed a quarterback in the first season, and then the running back situation. A lot of these guys are very talented, but they just were not playing well. Maybe I should have just kept Mark Ingram all the way, because he had 1,300 yards the first season, I believe. The defense is up to a 95 overall, though, but this team cannot win a playoff game. At least they made it. But thank you guys very much for watching, like I mentioned earlier, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.